It's a deadly combo for the Ember. This gives value to the BKB even more, though. HYDRA, they definitely should be focusing on BKBs in this game. BKB carries heroes that pick it up early, but it's always dangerous to do so. Right now in the draft, Gambit have shown kind of the idea what they want to go for, how they want to get a kill, but they still have 2 more picks to respond to whatever HYDRA picks. So HYDRA, in this situation, they have to be very, very careful how they approach it, because there could be a lot of physical damage coming out if you gear up just to survive the magical damage. You know, it is a tough way to go forward right now, and I think Gambit set it up quite nicely. So HYDRA, we can see that they're struggling here to actually come up with heroes that they want to play with. Do they want to go for BKBs and then the game early, something like a TA comes to mind, or do they want to get something that can actually, you know, you go well in the early game, you kind of survive the early mid game, get those BKBs, and once the BKBs come out, go down, then maybe you have the late game scenario potential. So it's right now they have to decide how they want to play the game, and I guess running into the enemies and killing them is gonna be the better way. LC also one of the best heroes to deal with all 3 of these.
I'm kind of looking at the hero picks that HYDRA has usually gone for the second phase, where they have heroes like Mirana, the Underlord, and you're looking at Disruptor. Well, Disruptor's only been picked once in the second phase, but still, it does open up a plan for them. This is a great pick against the Puck. We're kind of looking at a cancel for Fiend Script too, and even if you had this BKB hero, we still have like the possibility of Aghanims, so you can make the life harder for Gambit, some of their cores as well, to get away and move around in fights. And I feel like LC is also kind of brought up as some extra backup against all the control. You're able to remove some stuns. You have a save in your team. And I think HYDRA has always had at least 1 hero in the draft that has a save, maybe even 2. Kind of looking at direction of Weaver, maybe some of their support picks, and especially Muka, who plays very aggressive. It's kind of like Blizzy or Zayats, who has like this save in their team.
Yeah, that has been their go-to. This lineup of theirs, though, it's kind of one of those HYDRA lineups that I'm not sure if I like. The problem is that they are lacking burst damage. If you can't kill that first hero inside of a duel, inside of the chains, whatever, static storm, you're not gonna get the bonus kill, and then your Disruptor, your Monkey King Vision, your Chase on the Ember Spirit, they fall off. So HYDRA, they have 2 options right now. Get a carry that will get active, that will help you get that first kill, or get a really fat hero, a fat carry that can stand his ground, and then you have the Monkey King, the Legion Commander behind him. You can play one part of the map and kind of want to taunt the enemies to come towards you rather than you running at them. It would be something like a Medusa, something like a Terrorblade. Those kind of heroes do come to mind.
Well, run at you lineups have been pretty good for HYDRA in the past. For Gambits, I feel like they either do or they don't. It's kind of like they build up this this hybrid of everything. They have like great wave clear, usually a late game-ish type hero picked up for Smiling Knight. They have like Gyrocopters, PAs, Terrorblades, Phantom Lancers. They're like ultra, could almost say ultra late game viable heroes, but very strong late game heroes in general. Some mid heroes too. And then you're looking at this TA, which hasn't been picked at all by Gambit so far. So this is their first TA in the course of DPC on week 5. So kind of looking at, this could be Meloyul, this could be Smiling Knight who picks it up in the end. They can still flex around a bit, but they have that Puck, which does also feel like, well, I mean, are we going to see an offlane Puck? Because this is also a thing. Gambit hasn't played Puck either. These are 2 unique heroes in your game 1 draft.
If you would play an offlane Puck, it would be disastrous because you're playing against the Disruptor. A good Disruptor would know how to punish you so much in Zayats. I believe firmly that he can do it. And HYDRA, they do go for a fat frontliner that can actually do some damage. So I think what's going to be the plan here for HYDRA is the Raid King, when he has the reincarnation at the relatively early levels, maybe even pre-level 12, he is going to be coming to the fights to secure that he can bring up a little bit of damage, you know, especially when you are protecting the towers. That's where I think he's gonna be active. And of course, in the later portions of the game, he can be jump, he can be frontline. It doesn't really matter. This hero is pretty solid, either if he jumps in first or if he's caught himself. So I'm liking what they went for, and it is not a Medusa that can't do the damage, that can help your team that much. The Raid King, he helps with pushing, he helps with defending. He's pretty much all around good.
The best Dota reference I can come up here with Gambit here is their puck pick, which I really like because I'm actually wearing Nashville Predators' old goaltender Pekkarines shirt right now, his jersey basically, so I'm good at catching pucks. Haha. Gotta to get that out of my system. But it's actually really fitting here. So in that kind of analogy, you want to put it that way, HYDRA is going to catch every single puck, aka puck's going to die a lot, aka HYDRA's going to win game 1. There's the Kunkka pick, so that's going to be our safe lane Kunkka for Gambit. That also, oh, it's actually off lane Kunkka, yeah. So you're correct with that because we do want to put the puck into the mid roll, preferring than going to pause 3, and obviously puck carry, that would be unheard of. Our drafts have been completed, and Harry Freak will leave you with the stage. Are you going to join me with the puck-catching squad of HYDRA, or do you feel like Gambit's got this one in the bag?
Oh, I have to say that this is a tough one. The reason why it is tough because Gambit have so much power around the 15 to 20 minute mark, and with this Kunkka they have a strong laning stage as well. So that's why I'm kind of afraid here, but I'm gonna go with HYDRA. The reason I'm kind of swapping to their side is just because of the pushing power of the Raid King early on, right? So you send those skeletons. Gambit, they're gonna have to TP, and when you TP on one part of the map, you have this mobility on the Monkey King, Ember Spirit, and the Disruptor to catch someone else somewhere else, you know? So between the 7th, 8th, till 15 to 20 minute mark, it's gonna be HYDRA that need to go forward. This has usually been the timing that these guys tend to hit, so because of all those things, I think they'll be taking game number 1.
Well, we'll see if that truly is the case for HYDRA. They would love to take this series. For Gambit, they don't have to necessarily, but it would save them a lot of time and effort if they did score a W from this specific series. And we shall jump and dive straight into the action of our game number 1. Whoever you are, wherever you are right now, you are watching Eastern European Division 2 action. And I actually haven't asked the chat during the course of this DPC if they are a team fan or not. If you're a HYDRA fan, would you please type number 1? If you're a Gambit fan, please type 42. So we'll find out who's a true HYDRA fan and who's a true Gambit fan. And this is Gambit's number 2 squad as well, so do not mix this up with ASM, which is AS Monaco Gambit. Afterlife, though, he's going to walk into a bit of an ill surprise. There's going to be the stun, the jump from the Primal Spring for the slow, and this Kunkka, even if he lands the perfect torrent, which he obviously won't get to, he will not level up anything. HYDRA will score the first blood. And that's a fast one as well, HYDRA. HYDRA wondering if they can keep this up, Harry Freak.
Yep, this is it's not that big. Blizzy getting it at the start, LC can sometimes be very annoying. So getting a fast Helm of the Iron Will off that first blood, or at least helping you to get it fast, could be something that makes a lot of difference, but obviously not that big of a deal. It would have been a big deal if Afterlife. You see that he's hesitant.
Are you sure,
to take the torrent and the third.
Are you sure though? I beg to differ. I feel like if we get this early kill, we're going to see some early kills, and that is really going to start to snowball our early game between these two teams. So I think that kill actually has big importance, but that's just me. Because we already see a courier kill come out. Blizzy's going to lose his little donkey there, and this is the spark of some great things, Harry. I can feel it. I can feel it in my guts. I can feel it in my bones.
If you can feel it, man, then I'm all with you. Because I didn't get that gut feeling. I'm kind of going off of every single time we would see a first blood, and then for the next 7 minutes, no one would die. But definitely, if you got a gut feeling, I always go with that one, and should be following it for sure. So we're definitely gonna be seeing a lot of bloodbath in this game, and also with that career falling, as you mentioned, it's definitely a statement from Gambit that they're coming for HYDRA.
It is the spark of all things. I'm gonna say we're gonna have 8 kills in 5 minutes. That is super optimistic, but I want to get that. Either I'm gonna get hit by the caster jinx, but in that case, I don't think we're really getting jinxed because it's been the whole story all along. So if we do actually get these early kills, I'm more than happy. Because this is definitely a game where stakes are getting high, especially for HYDRA, knowing that they're competing with 2 other teams. And the fun fact about DPC Eastern Europe as well, the top 3 teams are open qualifier teams, so don't forget about that. CIS Rejects, V-Gaming, and HYDRA all came from the open qualifiers. CIS Rejects came from the first one, V-Gaming and HYDRA from the second one, and they're all in the top of Division 2.
Yeah, they are, and they've been killing it. Actually, I'm happy for these teams, considering that they you could call them stacks. They didn't really form that long ago. They didn't have that much time to prepare, but there's a lot of talent and a lot of known faces in these teams. So I'm glad that they're making it work, because some of these players, they used to be tier 1 players, or they have been pretty good and close to getting to the tier 1 scene. So it will be nice to see how the teams themselves are actually gonna fare in Division 1, and we are gonna be getting 2 out of the 3 getting there, and probably the last one will be doing pretty well in the second season as well.
I feel so too. Oh, there's a plenty of players, like you mentioned, that have already been in Division 1, Tier 2, Tier 1 action even, at least if you think about like people like Sayats, not in this series, like Soneko, ex-Navi members who've been really competing with the top teams. I wonder how they fare in stuff like scrims, you know? Like, we very rarely actually get to talk about scrims. Obviously, the times I've talked with pro players, I don't want to share that information to because it's, you know, it's secretive, and it will definitely hinder a team if they start to reveal too much stuff, because obviously someone says something in the wrong place, strat gets revealed, yada yada. But still, you would like to have like an idea of if some team is really good at scrims and super bad at officials, because that feels like that's the usual conclusion about teams. They're like, oh man, we're winning every single scrim, and then they go 0-5 in the group stages, and I'm like, what went wrong? I don't know.
The thing with scrims is that tier 1 teams, they want to learn from a scrim. Tier 2 teams, they want to build momentum and confidence. So that's why tier 2 teams tend to do well in scrims against tier 1 teams sometimes, because if you lose a scrim and you don't learn anything, it really feels bad. But if you lose a scrim and you have actually learned, okay, this is not how we move, this is how we want to play against this particular lineup or with this one, then it is successful, even if it is a loss.
Phantom getting jumped on by Muka and Blizzy. Bit of slows onto the Bane, still has Nightmare. And I think my dreams of 8 kills in 5 minutes they're kind of slowly going down the drain. Not that it really matters that much. At least we got a bit of a spark from both teams. But HYDRA's coming out pretty well with their CSing, at least in general. When you think about this Kunkka versus Wraith King matchup here, Wraith King's doing a great job having Asayas to pressure the back and actually trying to punish this Kunkka now at level 3, which is feeling like a really great option here too. They've got another stun available in 8 seconds, but low mana. Kunkka very low on HP, and there's the crit to the face from Dream, and HYDRA will score the 2nd kill of the game.
Yeah, it's the Wraith King just deals so much damage. This is insane with this hero. Once you get the Helm of the Iron Will or any armor item, maybe a chainmail, something along those lines. Helm of the Iron Will, obviously the go-to item now with the armlet being so popular. But once you get it and the hero isn't taking that much damage, he can just run at you and destroy you. The skeletons just do so much. The thing is, when in lower levels with just 2 armor, you can bully the Wraith King so that he's super low and doesn't feel comfortable going in. The second he gets the Helm of the Iron Will, gets pretty fat, you know what's coming to you. But interesting there, you could see some mind games coming out between Dream and Afterlife. Afterlife obviously did fall in the end, but he used the torrent right on top of him, and Dream, he just stood his ground thinking, okay, this guy thinks that I'm gonna start moving, right? But and so he used it somewhere left or right, but not the case this time around. And even with that though, the Kunkka dies either way. It's just so much damage.
Exactly. That's the thing that really you want to pay attention to are the small details, basically, of the movements in the lanes, especially. I think even in teamfights, this is going to become super important. If you look at Gambit's lineup, where's the TA going to be? What angle is the Kunkka looking to grab you from? Are you going to get initiated on by Bane? Is it going to be the Willow who wants to start off with a Bramble Maze or get the crown onto you, and then they decide to focus on a completely different target? I feel like Gambit has a lot of options in their hands, and HYDRA, well, the way they initiate is just, you know, it feels completely different, right? You got Monkey King scouting ahead, you're already picking up info, you have Disruptor for also some more information. So HYDRA kind of lives off of the intel. Is this like an assassin draft that they're playing against the Templar assassin?
Yeah, but just before that, can you explain this to me? Pantomim denied the haste rune and the monkey is hasted, so Dota definitely not working properly there, there for a second.
I saw that as well. Muka has picked up the haste rune and then it got denied right after, so yeah, definitely Even the broadcasting system doesn't quite recognize which one actually happened. Coil used on the Ember Spirit, wants to break it right away. Phantom coming in from the back with Rain Sap, but is the damage going to be sufficient? Meliul, he doesn't have enough. Muka with that Boundless Strike, he does force out a bit from Meliul, and that just might have done the trick because Ember is able to go back to base with his remnants up. So that's a bottle refill. Plus, he could even bottle refill Muka. Nope. Okay, he's just going to let the Monkey King be. So, attempt, but not enough.
Yeah, and a very like confident play from Asgold. He didn't hesitate for a second after he got coiled. He had his Flame Guard, immediately broke it, and that's why he survived. If he stayed there for a second longer, kind of being unsure what he was gonna do, he maybe would have died, or probably would have died. One or two more right clicks would have done the job. So very nicely done coming out from Asgold, knowing exactly what's gonna happen if he stays there just for a second longer.
Yeah, you'll love to see it. Also with Muka, the moment he rotated in, I actually looked at his inventory. He's already picked up an early Orb of Corrosion, and that does add for a lot of kill potential when you add in the LC into the mix. And Phantom doesn't actually find Muka here, as he is hiding in the trees, getting himself some free experience while scouting out the TAs and the mains locations. That does enable LC to continue free farming. She has got herself boots coming up with an armlet already. Just thinking about going for Soul Ring, but is it on the courier? No, it's not. So you still have these double, triple gauntlets even. No Soul Ring, at least for now.
A very bad thing for Gambit is that they wasted 4 sentry wards in their own jungle and the ward hasn't been found out. So that's actually disastrous. That's a lot of gold being thrown away, and the Monkey King is just completely overtaking their jungle. He's gonna place a ward now on top of a sentry, but it's debatable when will it actually be found.
I was just whistling the X-Files. Yeah, because I'm drawing the triangle with these sentries. We're off to a rolling start. 2 kills on the board, both for HYDRA. LC leading up in net worth, followed up by all the cores of Gambit. And Red King and Ember right behind that. So everyone is even on the board. Who does this actually favor in terms of economy, Harry Freak?
For now, it is okay for both teams because overall, the thing is that Gambit, they're gonna start flash farming right now, but HYDRA, they want to fight. So it just comes down to what happens now. Oh, did Blizzard get the duel?
Yep, you got a duel victory.
Okay. That's a big one. So now when the map starts opening up, then that is when we're gonna see. We kind of expected the laning stage to go relatively even, with maybe one side getting a bit more farm than the other. But overall, what is ultimately gonna matter is the next 7 to 8 minutes when the towers start falling and when the heroes start going down. HYDRA is the one that needs to be on the aggressive, and Gambit, they want to slow it down a bit.
Triple bounties for Asgold here. Oh, he's gonna enjoy this bottle refill moment here. Burst out every one of them. Get that nice amount of gold for the team. 135 per player. Still holding on to that 1 charge. And that also means that he is going for BKB first item on the Ember Spirit. So he wants to get out of Coil. Doesn't want to get controlled by the Willow and the Kunkka. I believe that's the right choice to go for, considering how squishy-ish this Ember Spirit is. There's not that much physical damage to worry about yet, but there's a lot of magical from Gambit.
Yeah, we talked about it in the draft. The BKB is very, very important. If you go for the Maelstrom here, you'll get a BKB when the TA is online, or maybe even later than that, which would be detrimental for your health. So you want to push that advantage before the TA can actually push hers. If HYDRA managed to get the mid lane tower down, and you get that through fighting, not by like straight up force pushing, you will maybe delay the Roche for Gambit, which is very important against the TA lineup. So I like the idea from Asgold. He knows how important the early game is, and usually Asgold is on point with plays and with item choices as well.
I wonder if Gambit is going to be the team of Marvel heroes here to fight up against this Radiant squad, because they're definitely arch enemies in a sense. You've got the almost Captain America shield, just in Eastern European colors.
Oh, does it look that way?
Kind of like
an
almost. It's kind of like an Iron Curtain versus the HYDRA squad. I don't actually know if they're friends when you think about the universe, like the Eastern Bloc combined with HYDRA. So I don't really know if they're friends together. But a smoke is still heading towards bottom, so allies or not, They want to make a kill count. That's going to be on the Disruptor. Zayats doesn't break the coil. Knows he's going to be dead anyway. Buys some time for himself. And Meliul's actually already going away because he thought he killed him with Orb. And this kill does take a tiny bit longer than suspected. But it's a kill nevertheless. Muka is also getting some deep wards behind the tower. TA trying to scout out with some traps. Tries to locate the Monkey King. Doesn't know about him. I think they saw the TA since the vision does go all the way here.
Yeah. They are preparing for this mid lane tower. They'll probably TP the Disruptor there. We see that the bottom lane tower, they are not looking to deward that one, and he's TPing to the mid lane a smoke, and they want to fight. If they find heroes behind the tower, they will open up the possibility of taking down, or at least doing a lot of damage to it, which, as we said, this is very important for the Roche, for Gambit not to take Roche. And we'll have a pause. We can see that the TA is actually quite close to the Deso, so this is the timing for HYDRA. If you kill the TA, you delay the Deso, you get a lot of damage done into the tower. It's gonna be amazing. If not, if you lose this fight, then Gambit are actually, you could see them as the winners of the early game, which is also quite important, transitioning into that mid game where Gambit should be the stronger ones.
Well, we have a tiny moment here to pause, to breathe, just to check and set things up. Nothing out of the ordinary, though. Usually these pauses have led into some skirmishing around the map. With 4 kills in 12 minutes, 0.33 average right now. Not a very active game, you might say, with these mid-game-ish lineups on both sides. I'm just waiting for like the next 5 minutes to really be the catalyst, where you have like the first items picked up on each hero. Puck still building into Witchblade. We've got the Kunkka going into BKB. Still far away, but does have Armlet. Legion Commander going for Halberd to try and disarm that TA. So there's a lot of stuff still on their way. And actually, talking about items, we have discussed a lot about this Radiance on Wraith King. And in the China region, I think it was it Ame or was it somebody else on one of the Twitter translations, I think by Leon Arthur, said that he really doesn't find any other build except playing Radiance on Wraith King because it's just the most fun build to play.
I'm not familiar with that one, but it is definitely the most fun to play. It definitely is the most fun to play. What I like from HYDRA right now is that they're gearing up for the TA. They know which hero is going to be the problem. So you want some HP, and you want to be able to deal with the TA. Going for a Halberd on the LC and not going for a BKB, actually, you would assume, okay, against these 4 heroes, the LC, she needs a BKB, but she's going to be staying in the back, protecting the Ember Spirit and disarming the TA. That's what he wants to do. So Blizzy, with this kind of a build, I don't think we'll be seeing him just jumping into a hero hoping for a duel win, for a burst down. I think the idea is stand behind Dream when the TA goes into a fight, just help him with the press the attack and make sure that the TA isn't attacking. So HYDRA, they're already gearing up for the later portions.
Now they're also gearing up for a potential fight right now because they were trying to slow down and keep this Kunkka away. A bit of damage dealt to the tower. They've also broken the tree from the Monkey King, and Muka's gonna go down to it. Shadow Realm popped from the back as well. Soaks up the raindrop charge and enabling the quick kill on the Monkey King. So that will be Gambit's second of the game.
Gambit are quite happy with what is happening right now. They also dewarded the ward behind the tower. HYDRA didn't do any damage to that tower. This is the thing. You cannot brute force it down. There is no way for them to do it. So Gambit, they just put the Kunkka in there. They had their heroes, and we'll make sure to get the Deso on the TA. Now, when there's a Deso in, the TA does a lot of damage, but more importantly, she's capable of taking Roche. So HYDRA, them pushing the tower is going to be harder.
Static Storm placed down. Bedlam taking on Zayats, and that's a solo kill for Seiyu. But here also comes Asgold, and Blizzy's gonna get a dual victory. So you thought you were smart, but HYDRA willing to rotate for that through the outpost. Disruptor buying enough time. That's kind of the thing. You commit on a Disruptor, you don't have a Silencer or stun on him. He still has the glimpse to bring you back, and someone's gonna finish you off anyway. And that actually leads into a dual victory. Double smoke coming in from Gambit. They have spotted the Monkey King in the bot lane. They have the vision next to the outpost, so they might find a kill on bot. Unless they find a core in the jungle. Oh, Zayats. Hello and goodbye.
This is I don't think those kills on Zayats are bad because
not.
Gambit, yeah, they're pretty solid because with this they're overtaking the bottom part of the map and the only one who can play the dead lane is gonna be Muka. So he's trying to get some farm. Oh, nice jump out of the coil. That's pretty unfortunate for the puck. So this is the deal, you know, you just, when the Disruptor is dead, the teamfight potential of Hydra is very low. Nice reactions coming out from the Dark Willow, making sure that he survives. Their Sayu is, he will not get caught.
Yep, they already had the blink reveal bottom for the Dark Willow kill, so Dark Willow lives, but Disruptor getting killed twice. And like you said, not a huge importance kill, but a kill is still a kill in the books for Gambit, so they're happy with anything that they can take. They are kind of hungry for kills onto their puck, onto their TA soon at least. Monkey King is brawling with a kobold in the trees, and right next to Dark Willow, look at that couple.
Right. He wants a crown. He wants a crown. That's why he's next to the
Monkey
Dark Willow
King's
to
head,
get that
or
first one.
on the Dark
On the
Willow's
Monkey
head?
King's head, yeah. Yeah, on the Monkey King. He wants the crown. The only one that can give crowns actually is the Dark Willow, you know?
True.
It does make sense. But
so are you
overall,
saying Dark Willow is the real, you drop this king? You know, the Super Mario holding the crown meme? That's actually Dark Willow?
yeah, or maybe she's more of a Khal Drogo type of crown for a king.
True. That's actually pretty nice. Good analogy there. If only it was a golden one.
Yeah. I think that there is a golden immortal.
Should be. I think there
There
is.
should be.
Zayats walks into Dark Willow. We've seen this one before. Afterlife on the side. Static Storm used up as well. Glimpse not being used yet because he doesn't have vision on the Dark Willow. They're actually fighting into no vision at all. Here's the Blink duel onto the Kunkka. Terrorize is going to be there as well. Pantomime coming in for the back two. They got a coil coming in from Meliul, doing some damage onto the Monkey King, and they will clear them out. Gambit already taken two from Hydra, and Hydra losing their third with the Monkey King falling to Gambit. They've easily waltzed their way through this fight, and Hydra just fighting into the darkness, you could almost say.
Yeah, they just walk up there, and you know, the Disruptor even got hit by the boat, which I thought wasn't gonna happen. Nice movements from Zayas, but in the end, not enough. The AoE was just too big, and Gambit. This is the thing, Hydra, when that mid lane push didn't work out for them, they gave too much to Smiling Knight, and he really packs a punch at this point. He's going for a BKB immediately. He knows that if he can stand his ground, there's pretty much no one that can take away his refraction charges once he has a BKB. So this timing from Smiling Knight is actually gonna be insane, and you need those halberds, you need that radiance, you need ways to make sure that this TA isn't attacking, but the BKB, it will pretty much nullify all of it.
That's kind of the issue here for Hydra too, isn't it? Does Static Storm actually do enough take damage to break the refraction charges?
It does a lot of ticks.
So yeah, I'm thinking, is it enough damage? Is it like a later rank that it actually breaks it? I'm not too knowledgeable on that, but at least we've got skeletons.
It takes it down.
It takes it down. Okay. So Static Storm is enough to break down the TA shield, because I've always kind of wondered and thought about that. That doesn't have to be rank 2 or rank 3 to do enough damage to break it. But yeah, it's a very low threshold anyway. So with that, do you use the Static Storm to just blow up the TA's refraction charges? Especially pre-Ags is going to be very hard because that BKB is just going to render you immune to it completely. So the only way to actually break it is raw right clicks.
Yeah, that is gonna be the case. I mean, you at this point you kind of have to duel the TA and kill her. That is what Hydra will need to do. Though Smiling Knight, I don't think he's gonna be the one in the front line. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Afterlife on the Kunkka, and with 2k HP, 2.5 when he uses the armlet, he's not that easy to bring down. If he uses the BKB, I'm not sure that you're killing him anyways. And right now, Gambit, with all of their HP, top lane.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful feed script. Straight into vision, Meliul. Not enough damage though. It was this ward right here which revealed the location of the Ember Spirit, but that's your 9-second BKB used. Ember already got caught once before inside the jungle. Gonna caught Muka as well on the X-Mark. So we'll get back to that one onto the bot lane with the Met Bedlam applied as well. So Muka's gonna be taken out. So where Ascald is right now, this is where he got jumped by the Bane before when he freshly got his BKB. He barely had any HP, any mana left after the Nightmare. So once it was over, Bane was already out of there. He still used a Remnant jump to get to safety because he thought he was dead. He thought there was more people around him, so he was feeling fearful. Now he got to use his BKB after the Fiend Script and still got out. So that's a worrying sign for Meliul too.
But that is before, when Smiling Knight comes in, he will destroy Ascult. So that is kind of the idea. Still, you do have this LC to remove the Fiend's Grip. HYDRA, I think they're aware that they can't fight right now, and they're just keeping themselves away. Even with the Radiance, I'm not sure how powerful they are. They'll go for a smoke, and BKB is ready on the TA. Again, HYDRA could be walking into a trap. You want this middle lane tower down.
Gotta be careful with the Radiance toggles here with the Wraith King. And does HYDRA decide to walk into the pit? Instead, they could just hold their ground here. Wait for Gambit to reveal themselves. They're also smoked up. Zayats is the one to be spotted. Now they see Dream as well. Armlet will be toggled with the Radiance as well, so he's going straight into charge. Kunkka is also going to be keeping up and running. They're already taking down Muka. Nice two-man torrent with the boat coming in as well. Muka's going to be falling. Wraith King dropping for the first time, but the chains from Asphalt slowing them down. Blizzy looking for the Blink duel. Who does he go on? He gets Yules into the air. He's not going anywhere. Seiyu's controlling him right now, and this is going to be a difficult one for HYDRA. Askel's already burnt his BKB charge, and Gambit are winning this one by far. They're easily walking their way through this one. Blizzy gets Nightmare too. He ain't going anywhere. His Blink is cancelled. Goes for the heal with a press the attack with a shard already picked up, but it's not going to be enough. And another armlet toggle, a second one coming through from Blizzy, and they're going to take down the Willow with them. So with that, Blizzy surviving. They keep him up, and they get a kill. Now with the glimpse onto Pantomime, the stun's going to be there. Another jump, the Blink's going to be connecting onto Meliul as well, and this is not an easy fight anymore for Gambit. They might have taken the first round, but the turnaround from HYDRA will lead them into some kills as a response against Gambit.
Yeah, that is, I guess
3 for 2.
HYDRA, they played that one awesomely, just perfectly. You run in, you get caught by your heroes, you pop the Wraith King ultimate, and he manages to run out. I'm not sure. I think Smiling Knight should have actually went for the Wraith King there. He had the BKB. The Wraith King was under a coil, and he was just focusing on the Ember Spirit, who had the BKB, and there was no chance that he was going to die there. He always had the Remnant back and would always be able to get himself out. So Gambit, they don't get the right targets, and because of it, they lose a fight, even though they were so favored to win it. Up on the high ground, all of their item timings there. They don't even pop the TA BKB until later on in the fight. And still, HYDRA, they managed to survive on 4 of their heroes.
And they never got to use the Fiend Script either, so that one also being missed out in that team fight. Bane spent the whole fight just running after someone, but I still feel like that optimism of killing the LC during that fight was a bit too much for Gambit, because they also let him get that double armlet toggle out. They could have used Fiend Script just to catch him and force HYDRA to really fully engage onto them. But instead, they let him go out, and they were able to turn around with the Blink coming back off cooldown, blinking on top of the puck for the duel, another armlet toggle, and just beautiful plays from Blizzy overall, and having a bit of luck in going in his way too.
Yeah, I think Pantomime, as soon as he sees the LC and an opportunity to get the Fiend's Grip on him, he should do it. Just because he is that big of a threat to the Bane himself with the press the attack with the Axe Shard right now. So that is definitely a mistake. Pantomime getting a bit greedy, and then the whole of Gambit do get punished quite heavily there. In a situation where you should be winning a fight and you don't, it can be a hit to your confidence. You can maybe think, okay, we can't fight despite you actually being stronger. Gambit, they showed it in the previous fight. They should definitely go on the aggressive, but we can see the hesitancy just because of what happened. If they got 1-2 kills there, walked into the Roche pit, we would be seeing a very different game at this point. They're still ahead, but they probably don't feel that way.
TA soon with the Blink Dagger. We're going to see a change in Gambit's tempo also in these team fights, knowing that they can now just charge and rush straight into HYDRA. Disruptor's going to be dying even more in this game. We've got 5 deaths on Zayat. Some of them have been important scouting deaths, as he's been locating where are Gambit heroes moving right now. So him falling for smokes and other rotations have been pretty important for them. As you said, those kills were not... those deaths were not worrying for HYDRA, but they were big for Gambit, at least in terms of picking up a bit of extra money. But with this TA, you can now jump the backline, just snipe Zayats out of the way with that Disruptor. It does maybe put you in trouble of being dueled by an LC, but it still doesn't matter too much, because you've got Bane can walk in, Puck is going to find some free roam, you've got Terrorize, you've got some nice tools.
I have to say I'm not impressed by Gambit. They got everything they needed from the early game, and they're just not making the moves. Making the moves just with the smokes, it is not the way to go. You need you remember you remember Sayu making those trips into the bottom part of the jungle for solo kills. Even if he dies, it's still okay because you're opening up the map. You know where the enemies are. With these kind of plays, it's tough. Okay, Gambit now they'll go for a smoke, but it seems like no one will be found.
They are too late. Blizzy also TPs in mid, so they're stacking up for a smoke because right now they don't know where Gambit is. Nobody's defending top. Nobody's defending mid right now. So HYDRA, they can force TA into mid, and that just might spark the fight here. Dream is going to be leading the charge onto the tower. They finally spot Smiling Knight, and the pings are coming out. They're thinking about what to do. They've got the position. They've got themselves to control. X-Mark coming out from Afterlife. There we have another... trying to go back here with that puck, but doesn't go quite through. HYDRA still with 3 heroes smoked up, but that is going to run out in a matter of seconds. Dream might just force them to come to them because they're not jumping them in mid, so they're going to go for Roche instead, and Gambit.
Yeah, they want to draw them out. Yeah, they want to draw them away from their tower. Yeah, they want them on their side of the map. Though the problem is on the left. There's Roche, and this is the advantage of the Radiant side. Afterlife is running in.
Chained him and spot Roche is halfway. Now Gambit should have an idea. The trap is into the pit, and Dream will clear it out. Solar Crest is available for HYDRA. Seiyu goes in for the wards. They see the Disruptor, Static Storm. They catch the Dark Willow as well. And here comes Dream, full on charge. Both will connect onto the Monkey King. And they've got the Disruptor coming in with the buyback. BKB will be popped by Afterlife. TA jumping in for the back and sniping out Muka. Muka coming in with the buyback too. HYDRA already spent 2 heroes back into this fight. While Gambit still holding their ground. HYDRA still fighting for this Roshan. Dream wants to finish it off. 1700 HP. It might be a fast one. Smiling Knight thinking about going into the pit. They got the trap coming into as well. They got the Monkey King ulti now to give some protection as well. But Great King might just drop for the first time. Throws into Disarm at least onto the Bane. While the puck has got a 3-man coil on the other side of the river. 700 HP. Smiling Knight's going to go into the pit. It's going to take them up the Aegis. And Gambit's stolen it. They've stolen it. HYDRA have lost themselves to Roche, but can they still win this team fight? They've got Dream inside. The Jewel comes out. They're going to blow up the TA for the first time. And now's an opportunity. But what do they capitalize with it? Do they get it? Pantomime. He's already used the Fiend Script. They've got the heal coming out from Blizzy, keeping Dream alive a bit longer. And HYDRA, doesn't matter if they lost Roche. They're still going to take the fight. The BKB popped by Ascol. Knight is going to be right there. The Rain's going to be falling. Pantomime's going to be the one to die. And now hunting onto Knight, trying to get them, trying to get the slows, the stuns, everything they've got right now. The stun's going to be connecting. Refraction charges. Burnt out Dream with the crit. He's got it. He's going to take it. The TA will fall. And HYDRA, will they get the tower in mid 2? And Puck quickly gets rid of Wraith King's ulti, but Wraith King's level 19. He's already got a 60-second cooldown. Despite giving the Roche Harry Freak, it's a 2 for 3.
Man, HYDRA are so patient. They are, it's insane how they're drawing Gambit in. They lose 2 of their supports, and they were all saving for buybacks there. They know the importance of this Roche. In the end, the TA gets the Aegis, but it doesn't matter because she dies. And we already talked about it. Gambit, they're not making moves with this Roche being out for the next 7 to 11 minutes. You know, how are you actually gonna fight? How are you gonna find the courage to go in? Gambit, they haven't done it for now, and as the game progresses, it's more and more dangerous to go in because that's mean more in the later portions of the game. So I'm kind of scared for Gambit here. They still have the lead, but all of their timings, they're going down the drain. They hit them perfectly, and not being able to utilize it. It shows a bit of a, I don't know, maybe misunderstanding of how they need to play the draft, but I think it comes down to confidence that Gambit just didn't believe how stronger they actually were in this game.
And to think about, like, when you put these 2 teams on the statistical board, you're looking at HYDRA, a top 3 team currently in the division, and I feel like these are the fights. We looked at the previous fight before Roshan, and now this Roche fight as a total. HYDRA definitely know which kills matter, which deaths don't, and how to capitalize on it. That's really the big difference between these 2 teams right now, at least in this first game. But it's still anybody's game, to be honest. For if you look at Gambit's side, and if you look at the gaming graphs, 41 to 59%, not a huge difference between these 2. And we're looking at the TA power spike right now, and she still has a huge potential with that Daedalus, and maybe the next item that comes into. Meliul goes into the coil, finds the Monkey King, or does he?
Yeah, he doesn't know exactly where he is, and
That's a
Miyuka
second
gets
dodge.
out.
2 times.
But I like to come back to your point where when you said HYDRA, they knew exactly how they want to come to a fight. Before that fight happens, HYDRA, they know we're gonna keep our supports in front. Once they die, they buy back, and we'll try to use our spells with them. You could see that Zaitz immediately when he got found out, he dropped down the Static Storm. It doesn't matter how many heroes it is. Force out the BKBs, force out something, soak up the damage, give vision to your team, and then come back if there is a chase to go with the glimpse. HYDRA, every single one of them knew what they needed to do before that fight, and Gambit, I think they're going like, okay, oh, there's this guy, catch him, there's this guy, catch him, oh, the disruptor, kill him, okay guys, they're rushing, let's go there, you know, and that is it is okay. But in those kind of situations, it's more often that you make mistakes rather than when you have every single point prepared and thinking ahead. And that's why HYDRA are coming ahead in these fights. They really shouldn't be, to be honest.
I want to ask you, do you feel like that has something to do with Gambit picking 2 unique cores that they've never played during the course of this DPC? We're looking at the Puck and the TA.
You know, the thing is, these heroes are so overused in the current meta right now that it would be weird for any player, not a core player, but any player, professional Dota player, even a pub star, to not know how to utilize them in a team environment. You see them in every pub, you see them in a lot of professional games, so they might not feel super comfortable, but they should know. They should know how strong they are. They probably seen other games. They probably played it in scrims or against it as well. So I don't think that that they're uncomfortable with
that
heroes.
also means that you're good playing against them because you see them the whole time.
True, that is true.
So
HYDRA,
there's a positive side for HYDRA here, and definitely looking like that because they know the utilities, they know the way the puck works, they know how this TA can be shut down. They're focusing everybody else first, unless the TA has majorly overextended, which hasn't happened so far by Gambit.
It hasn't. They don't go super deep, but overall HYDRA are just staying longer in fights, healthy, and managing to win those. And now we see the itemizations coming against the TA. This is a problem. You know that she's the only damage dealer later on. Of course, the Kunkka can take that role as well, but we can see he's going more of an utility build, the AC, the Aghanim Scepter. And on the other hand, you're gonna have the AC. You already have the Shiva's Guard, and of course the Halberd on the Raid King. It wouldn't surprise me if the LC Blizzard decided to go for a BKB, but it wouldn't surprise me if he goes for a Halberd as well. Just make sure that the TA isn't attacking, and at some point Gambit, they just won't be able to bring down your heroes. The Raid King, the Ember, the LC are too hard to bring down.
We're now at the 30-minute mark of game number 1 between HYDRA and Gambit, and HYDRA are going to go for a 5-man smoke. Nobody actually has the Aegis anymore because it was burnt in the last fight, so it's going to be an honest 5v5. This orb is going to hit one hero, but they still don't know about it. Afterlife. Well, they see the Monkey King fading between these trees, and Blizzy already using that jump quickly onto the Kunkka. Gonna be a hard duel for Blizzy to win. Miyuka jumping in the back line, and we can see so many BKBs being popped at the same time. Science is going to go for the dieback. Monkey King also not allowed to die, but the Fiend's Grip is also onto Ascol, and Ascol needs some help, but this Ember's not going to survive it. He got the heal with 200 HP back. He was under 100, and it's gonna be enough. And Smiling Knight is dropping low. Miyuka gets him with the Boundless Strike, and the fight is spreading into the other direction. They want to get the kill on the Ember. They will. They don't even recognize that there's actually a gem on the ground. Meliul quickly turning around for it. The boat from the Kunkka will connect onto Dream, but Dream hasn't been killed at all, and he will take Pantomime with him. So Gambit losing several heroes, and so is HYDRA, but Meliul, he's got eyes of gems inside his inventory. It's a 3-for-3, gems secured. Make it a 4-for-3 if this Kunkka falls. Miyuka support versus the offlaner. Who's going to win this one? Miyuka decides, my bat is not enough against your sword, so we'll let this one be a stalemate for now.
HYDRA not the best initiation, but what actually made this fight even for them, what allowed them to kill the TA, was actually Blizzy on the LC. While the fight was going on the right side, on the left, he was drawing away the puck. just by toggling. He had the BKB and he was toggling through everything. They were chasing him for so long. The puck, the Kunkka, and that left the TA almost alone, managing to bring her down. Then of course you just have to run away from Dream. There's no way that you're killing him. So this was pretty solid for Gambit, but again a team fight that they should have won given how things started, and then just with armor toggles from Blizzy, HYDRA managed to create enough space to win the fight.
Team script still not enough to kill this Ember Spirit, despite TA and the Bane both hitting this Ember Spirit. He's gone for the right build here. You look at that Shivas that has been picked up by this Ember Spirit. So without this tower protection buff, he's actually 13 plus 26. He's got 39 armor. He's reducing 70% of the damage dealt by the TA, who doesn't have a Daedalus yet. So even those Crystallis crits ain't doing enough damage to kill this Ember Spirit. So everything's clicking correctly for HYDRA when you look at their itemization, look at their heroes, the way that they're playing these team fights. They're holding their ground pretty nicely, but that Daedalus is definitely going to make a big impact, a big difference for Gambit.
32 minutes in, this tower in the mid lane still hasn't fallen. Puck will finally bring him down, and that is going to be big for the second Roche. Yeah,
it's not there.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Obviously, something's wrong with my eyesight, but
how is it still not there?
I'm not sure. Either way, it is gonna help them to get the second Roche, and that is important for Gambit. So we're probably gonna be seeing teams right now saving for a buyback, not buying those big items, just because you need heroes to fight the Roche. And Gambit, they need a smoke towards the top lane to secure the outpost. Without it, they just can't fight.
Look at Puck and look at mid. It's kind of like Melior looking for a snipe, even though he doesn't have the required damage, even magically based, to take down this Ember Spirit. We've got a Kunkka pushing the bot lane. Oh, look at that. Heavy damage with the Assault Cuirass. That's 800 damage in just 3 seconds.
Yeah, and I like the approach from Gambit. So they want to overtake the top part of the map. They want it back just because of the Roche. And they are pushing in the bottom lane to try to force rotations. Asgold, obviously being an Ember Spirit, he can come back on the Remnant, and he still has it to be there. So he will push out HYDRA. They have a response to this. You have to be careful in situations like this, because when Gambit are pushing in, there are two scenarios. Either they want to find the pick off there, or they just want to force out your TPs. In this scenario, they just wanted to force out the TPs, but Asgold, being an Ember, he will be okay. So Gambit, their move, it doesn't work out the first time, but they can just continue pushing in this bottom lane until HYDRA has to react.
Right. Roche is spawning in 10 seconds. Give me your bet. So 110.
What?
So 1 minute 10 seconds.
1 minute 30 seconds.
110, 130. 2 seconds. 2 second Roche on. Okay. That's the fastest Roche for DPC so far. I'm pretty confident about that one. So Roche being up in a 2 second spawn timer. Blizzy's going to be walking into the pit. Yeah, I think that was like 2.5 seconds or 2 seconds. We did see the number 3 there, but still doesn't matter. Roche is up. HYDRA's going to be taking it instantly, even at the cost of their tier 3 tower if necessary.
This is just insane. This kind of a spawn, it kind of destroyed Gambit completely. It completely and utterly destroyed them. This was the point where they wanted to fight, and now HYDRA will definitely feel comfortable enough to just run into the bottom part of the map. If you push Gambit out of there right now, they'll be such a fat position.
Gotta be careful here, because they are heading their way. Vision placed down. Afterlife gonna get stunned up. They see the Dark Willow. Where do we see the LC go for the duel this time? Blizzy still waiting, holding. Dark Willow's gonna be sacked. There's the BKB from the Kunkka, able to dodge the stun. One teleport away. That is on the Puck. Kunkka, does he make his way out? Nope, I don't think so. Wraith King is gonna be right there with the Blink Dagger. The stun is there. The Torrent Storm as well. But Blizzy, can he get that duel off? Really thinking about it there. Where is he? Finally gets it off. So with the help of the Glimpse as well, they move the Kunkka into the safe spot. But they also got the Bane. They won't get the duel victory, but they get the kill in the end. And Pantheon tries to TP out and doesn't get the chance for it. HYDRA not only getting Roche and fending off Gambit from their high ground, they also get 3 kills. They say thank you and they head on.
That is That is just so bad for Gambit. That throw spawning so early is what destroyed them completely here. They were gearing up to go towards the top lane. They were gearing up to do it, but you are like, okay, at least it's gonna take 30 seconds to spawn. No, it took only 2, and after those 30 seconds were out, HYDRA, they had the Aegis and they had the added Aghanim shard. So now they just run into their enemies, and this is the point where Gambit, despite this lead, they're definitely not ahead. The ones that can stay on the opponent's part of the map are HYDRA, and I don't think they're going to be making the same mistake of being on the back foot when they know they're stronger.
Yeah, exactly. This is one of those games where numbers definitely doesn't tell you everything about the story of the game, because despite Gambit leading this entire game in numbers, they have less towers on the map. They have basically almost less kills even. It's 15-16, so even that doesn't actually give them any advantage. And that net worth definitely only just a number in this case. Hydra's going to be taking more. They're going to take the top, bottom 2. They're going to keep on pushing. At least fend off the attackers from top. Askol's able to do that. Now you're kind of hoping Ember would actually have DP boots.
Yeah, the reason he went for phase boots in this one in particular is just because of the
armor.
Every little bit of extra armor is what matters. We saw he even had the blast trick. In the end, he does go for the spell prism. It's just too valuable, especially with the Aghanim scepter. But I actually wouldn't be surprised if he stayed with the blast trick. That's just how amazing it was in this game, because physical damage, it's the only thing that kills him, and the TA, she's the only one that has it right now. Gambit, 2k gold lead, but it just doesn't feel that way. You know, you have a 20,000 net worth Kunkka compared to the 15,000 net worth on Blizzy, but the LC with the Aghanim shard is doing, I would say, even more than the Kunkka at this point.
Yeah. I like that Wraith King has his own little Tidebringer. The cleave from the crit, you could almost say. He's got the cleave talent plus the crit damage that he has, pretty obscene. You have like a mini Tidebringer.
I don't know if it's a mini one, you know. It still hurts, maybe even more than the real one. Is this how you do it, Kunkka? Okay, let's see how much damage I can do. And with the swift blink, the damage will be insane if there are more heroes around.
Yeah, I guess if you want to roleplay Kunkka as a Wraith King, it's doable. But can Kunkka play as a Wraith King? I don't think it works that way.
You know, Pirates of the Caribbean, you find the treasure, and then under the moonlight, you are kind of like the Wraith King, so he definitely can do it.
So we're looking at a skeleton crew, eh? Oh, Askol's being very bold here. Gets the chains onto the TA, but the Maelstrike turnaround does 600 damage onto the Ember Spirit, forces Askol away. Dream is also charging around, but they got the Pressy attack shard, and with that save, will be going down the burn from the chains. Bane fallen as well. Dual victory for Blizzy. He's up to 90 now. Gambit not feeling safe anywhere where they go right now. And HYDRA, it looks like they have demoralized this Gambit squad. If they're moving outside the base, they're scared. They are being herded like sheep right now. And the Shepherds, I don't think these even Shepherds. I feel like this is a wolf pack right now outside of their base.
Yeah, you know, wolves, when they go into into the sheep pack, or whatever you heard, you know, the herd, they kill all of them. You know, even if they don't eat all of them, they will murder all of them. So that's a nice analogy.
This is basically like a basic story of esports in general. At the first, you're taking a beating, but once you get to taste the lamb, you don't want to go back anymore. So with HYDRA, they might have been taking a beating at the start. Not really a beating in this case. I don't feel it really gives it credit in this case. But still, the story as it was and what it is right now after those few successful team fights that they've had, they have definitely come up with a lot of courage, a different type of mentality, because they're in control. They are in the net worth lead for the first time this game. Also 17-16 scoreline, so everything is favoring HYDRA currently.
Speaking about gold, also the Kunkka did manage to deny a little bit of gold there, denying the melee racks. That must feel bad, you know, when you do it. You're denying your own melee racks. You're like, no, you don't, and then you actually understand what you have just done.
Well, at least the supports are going to be a bit sour after that one. Nasayu, oh, they do almost get the blink duel from Blizzy. They could still go for it. Dream is also going to be there. And he jumps straight into a root, but they've got the Bane. That's a big target. Phantom, two-man fear comes out. The bow will connect as well, and the duel finally connecting onto the Dark Willow. They will finish off the Bane as well, but they will get the buyback on the Willow, but they will not get the Bane back. The coil onto 2. Gambit, where's your firepower? You need to bring it out right now because our members are dying. They're falling on the front line. They're falling on the battlefield. They're trying to take down the Wraith King for first, but they just can't get him down, and he's also got his halberd to keep this TA busy, and that TA is not getting to hit at all. Muka is taken down. Dream charges in onto the Kunkka. Even it's a 1 versus 3 fight, he feels fine with it. Ember gonna go for a second jump in with the remnants going back and forth, takes down the Kunkka. Might even lose his life, but he doesn't because he's so tanky right now. He's not even falling. They might take the Wraith King down. Blazy still holding in the back. They still got Dream. Another triple remnant jump from Askel. Might have actually tapped a little bit too much, and now he doesn't have anyone to go away with. And they will take down Blizzy. That snipe from Meluyul with the E-Blade. Now Wraith King is actually in trouble. 40-second cooldown, and Gambit might be able to get the kill of the Wraith King, but is there going to be another turnaround from HYDRA? Not this time. And Gambit find themselves a double kill. It does come with the buybacks from Sau and from Afterlife, but right now, Gambit, they've got themselves a lifeline. They were given it, they've taken it, and they will get themselves the Monkey King as well. Triple kill for Meluyul, and there's only one option right now. Because Roche is not up, you need to get something with these buybacks.
The buybacks were used on the side of Gambit, though there were a few that were used on the, or just one, considering it was the Monkey King on the side of HYDRA, and that's a dieback, 80 seconds on the sideline. I have to say, HYDRA, they felt too confident. They have all of their armor items, and they're like, these guys can't kill us. And Gambit, they really took a long time, but eventually they got him there, and they do manage to get a few kills. Wraith King, he would hate to buy back at this point. You might have taken the lane of Rax, but Gambit will take it right back. There's no way that the Wraith King buys back for this one, and they'll easily get a grab of their own.
Yeah, we'll see what the final call is going to be. They could still lose their bot Rax with this. Askel dodged the Meld Strike there. Very well timed, but little things here. Status Storm. He does go for the buyback. Wraith King is going back in. Was Gambit ready for it? The jump onto Phantom. He's got his Fiendscript available, but does he get to use it? No, he doesn't. He's going to fall. They've lost Afterlife as well. The Kunkka's going to die back, and now the TA is going to be hunted down. And Gambit, it's just a 3 versus 4. The Puck has finally joined back into the fight. They're wearing out the BKB charges. Can't quite get the duel onto Smiling Knight. Smiling Knight is out of there, and they will get the TP away. Meluyul now on the disengage as well, because he did teleport some time ago, but right now Meluyul should be in the clear and should be fine. But that is the Wraith King using his buyback. They get the dieback on the Kunkka plus the Bane kill, so HYDRA hold on to their base.
I have to say, you know, this Disruptor Aghanims, it was a big thing, but I don't it was a big thing, but I thought that he should have gone for the TA. If the TA had died there, that would 100% be worth it from HYDRA. But now they're in a situation, they lose one more fight like that, like they did earlier, and they'll lose the game just because Wraith King doesn't have a buyback, and that is a big problem. So I'm thinking, was this really worth it? Last time around they were lucky with the Roche respawn. This time around they won't be, and Gambit will be with their full 5-man lineup. Meluyul, I have to say, on the Puck in that previous fight, that was a big chase, but he is the one that kept them going, that was constantly going in and out, doing the damage, giving the vision, and making sure that HYDRA can't get themselves together, killing some of these lesser targets, making sure that there's just no help for the Wraith King and for the Ember Spirit. So I'm really liking what happened for Gambit right there, because they keep themselves in the game despite HYDRA feeling so confident to run into the enemy triangle without the vision, but ultimately it did cause them the fight.
And with that, it's actually a 9,000 gold swing towards Gambit when they took those mid-racks, because they haven't really lost anything proper in their base except for the side lane. Top lane is going to be constantly passively pushing in. They can deal with it. They've got their tools for it. They've got the Puck, who's great with it. The Kunkka's great to clear it. TA, they've got several heroes, and they're also very mobile to come back to teamfights too. Roche has also respawned, by the way. HYDRA knows about this. And that's a refresher shard cheese. HYDRA needs to
Gambit need to be here faster.
Yeah, they need to.
Then they are coming with this smoke.
It's going to be a bit slow, though. Puck might have to YOLO straight in with the Illusory Orb. Static Storm. Belluel, he's actually into the pit. 2,000 HP. They tried to look for the duel. They got the stun at least, but they still looking at the Roche pit. Smiling Knight, the boat's going to be coming in as well. Afterlife charges in, but then Roche is down at 600 HP. Phantom into the pit. He's got the Beast Grip as well, but the gauges will be taken away by Dream, but the kill will go for the Dire team. And right now, the all hell breaks loose. They're going to take down Muka, and the rapid firing gun of TA right outside of the pit, doing some damage onto the Wraith King. He's trying to blink himself out. He finally does get himself to regroup with his teammates. Didn't want to walk out of the Roche pit into the arms of Gambit. Instead, waited for them to jump onto him. So he gets himself out. They have still taken away the cheese on the Puck. Who got the refresher shard?
It is on the Wraith King.
It's on the Wraith King. So he got the Aegis and the shard, but the cheese at least taken by Gambit. So that's something. You could almost say it's a consolidation prize.
And they got the Roche, so also all of the experience will go the way of Gambit, which is quite a big thing as well. Melioul just single-handedly making that fight good for Gambit. Single-handedly, he went in, he stopped the Roche, he gave vision. If he had stolen the Aegis, it just would have been amazing, but in the end, didn't manage to do it. But just amazing plays coming out from Melioul. He is trying to hold his team together.
Oh, Melioul, gotta be careful now. Chains have run out. He's able to get the Illusory Orb off, but Blizzy's on the hunt for the Puck. Wants to get a successful duel out. Sayu gotta be careful too. HYDRA has barely any vision. Look at their vision right there. They don't see anything. Puck's jumping on the back line, trying to kill the Disruptor. Is gonna be able to get it too. The BKB popped by Wraith King, and HYDRA, they have been dealt a bit of a blow here. There's no Disruptor, and Wraith King doesn't have that magic immunity, so Gambit has some time to play with.
Yeah, Melioul, 3.8 second cooldown on the Illusory Orb. Pretty much when he gets the longest range, he has no downtime on it. There's just so much mobility coming out from the Puck. And he also has the Timeless Relic, so his damage output is insane.
He's got the damage on this TA. Blink stun from Dream, half HP. Yellow, beautiful coil on the back line. Ember trying to jump in as well. Tries to catch Pantomime. He's onto the Bane, but the Bane, he got the V's grip off. He got it. Now Smiling Light, do they have the damage to take this Ember down? He's low. He's falling. Ascald is down. He's got his buyback for 100 seconds, and he will return to the fight. Dream has also been blown up for the first time. Still has the Aegis, but that Aegis is gone, and it's just down to one. Well. He's got the shard. He's got to get another one for himself. The Conquer using the refresher. Wants to keep those boats coming. Keep those boats coming. I'm on a boat, motherfucker, right now. As the base, they got down to the Wraith King. He's falling low, but he will drop again. That's life number 3. What about the 4th one? Is it going to be a 4th round? Can the Wraith King actually survive? And he pops his BKB and he's on the run away. They will use the glyph and the boats. They keep on coming. They keep on coming. Afterlife keeps on throwing them in as they wait out the glyph. And again, the Puck jumping the back line. Real fighter spirit from Gambit. They're going to lose the Puck though, even with the E-Blade. Look at those remnants. They all connect on top, and Ascald will get that long monster kill streak away from Melioul. But those bot Drax are down, and Gambit gets a lot out of this one. They've got the Ember buyback too, and Wraith King, he lived 4 lives. He lived 4 lifetimes.
Cosplaying Jesus there, definitely on the side of Dream. It is just impossible to kill him. I was like, are they gonna kill him so many times? It was Gambit like, stay dead, no. Stay dead, no. And in the end, the 4th time, they just didn't have enough left in the tank, but they do manage to take down the Raxes. And I think this Puck, he's too big of a problem. He has to be dueled. You have to have a Hex, and we can see that Asgold is going for it. You really need to kill him because he's creating so much problems in a fight. He's killing the Disruptor solo. He's killing the Monkey King solo, and then the fights are just easy for the side of Gambit. We talked about it, that they will run out of gas, but not if there aren't any supports to actually kill 1 or 2 of their heroes. So
well, I'm just looking at this Puck's HP pool, and I'm just thinking, what the heck has happened this game? 28 levels, 3.3k HP, and there is a Reaver in his quick buy. So is that what? Are we looking at a potential right-click Puck at level 30 once you've got all those talents picked up for the rapid fire? Or are they just going to live with the magical damage?
You want the overwhelming blink?
Oh, yeah, obvious. Yeah, true. True.
The Arcane Blink doesn't do anything since you have the Octarine Core. So that is the idea, and just being a little bit more tanky will be a big deal as well. We can see that he is getting the whole overwhelming blink delivered.
Yeah, I'm just too used to seeing Reaver built into a Satanics or a Heart, and I'm like, oh yeah, overwhelming blink. Completely forgot about that. So yeah, Puck's got 4,000 HP. Whew.
You talk a bit about catching pucks, but I think you should change that
Yeah.
shirt, man.
If Gambit actually wins this game, I will take this shirt off. Promise.
Okay.
I still have a shirt under this shirt, so our TOs can be fine with that, though. 51 minutes in, 14,000 lead for Gambit. But really, numbers are just numbers at this point. Either one who's able to win the next team fight has a significant advantage on forcing out more buybacks. Maybe it's potentially looking at ending the game, because Wraith King has got his buyback up, but he's 1,500 gold short. His buyback requires 3.7 thousand gold. Because he's got so much unreliable gold, he's going to lose a lot of that every single time he dies.
He will, though. He's not going to be dying easily, though. Last time around, you needed to kill him 4 times. Now you need to kill him 3 times inside of a fight, because he does have the refresh orb. It is very important to have double BKBs as well, not only because of his ulti, but the Kunkka having a refresher with the Torrent Storm, the Wraith King will not attack without the BKB. So that's why it's important to have it as well. And a smoke from HYDRA, they do have good vision in the enemy triangle, but Gambit, they want to stay around the Roche area.
Sadly, they're not in the triangle, but they are in the jungle side. Puck wanted that arcane. How did he not get? He was chained by Ascot, so he wasn't able to collect the arcane. He was barely like a pixel away. So
and he got hexed as well,
and he got
down
hexed
a bit as well.
That definitely did slow him down. He wasn't able to get it. Dream is in mid. Constant illusory orbs. No arcane or not. Look at Meluyul. 3.8 second cooldown illusory orb. Gambit coming in from the side. Dream has been shown on the lane. He's got himself that Lotus orb up, but it's ran out now. It's ran out his course, and he blinks in, goes aggressive onto the Kunkka. He knew he had vision the whole time, but Gambit doesn't fall for this one, and they back out. Reset for a second. Willow with the bait onto the Ember. He's already used up one. He's got the Hex. Chains, Aeon Disc blown, forcing Gambit away.
So a rapier on Smiling Knight. He wants to destroy someone. I think that someone is the Ember Spirit or the LC. He's not going to be going for supports. I think that's the Puck's job. Puck's goes into the backlines, and Smiling Knight, he wants to destroy one of the cores here.
Oh. That's how fast. That's how fast Meluyul kills anyone, really. So I just want to say one quick thing. There's a graphical bug on the TA rapier, so you don't actually see that plus 350 damage on there, so you can add it on top to get a proper idea how much damage this TA is actually doing. 400 plus 350 with the refraction charges up, that is. Obviously, you get even more with the Swift Blink, but now Meluyul again, looking for the Disruptor, and looks to fall, and is actually going to die. Afterlife is in between. The BKB will be popped by Dream. Still has the coil, but the coil coming out from Meluyul onto 2 with the backline. Dream is going to be there too. Meluyul is still teasing with them. He's just playing around with them right now. This Puck is enjoying himself, but he's also got to have those active fast fingers. It's kind of like playing Tinker at this point. You got to spam them buttons to make the Dream work.
And the thing is, his Link is 9 seconds. Even with his Hex, they haven't been able to catch him. Just making sure. Look at this phase shift. The downtime is 1.5 seconds. He can pretty much be in the other dimension for the entirety of the game, and there's nothing they can do about it. This is just so tough for the side of HYDRA. Look at this. He's just spamming orbs, giving so much vision.
No respect for Blizzy whatsoever. No respect for HYDRA at all. Gambit with Meluyul. This is your leaderboard leading MMR player basically on your team, and he's definitely now showing for him. Wait, is he still number 1? Is he? Did he drop a bit?
I think he is. Man, you know, you don't really check it every day.
Yeah, I don't keep an eye on it the whole time, but as a matter of fact, Meluyul is number 1, so that has been updated. So this is your top 1 MMR gameplay right here.
They caught him. They caught him finally.
That's number 1 gameplay right there. They've caught the Puck. They've caught the Puck.
Okay.
What a... There really couldn't be a worse timing to actually say that out, but hey, that's Dota. That's Dota between HYDRA and Gambit here. Both teams still in it. Puck has buyback. Everyone has buyback.
Everyone except the Ember. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought this was gonna be one of those situations where Puck is playing around, and when they jump on him, super hard commit. He gets the orb out, he dies, he buys back, comes to the orb, and Gambit completely destroyed him. But the Puck, when there's a hex, when there's a duel, he is still going to die. Gambit, they don't have anything defensive. They're just hoping that Meliul will be outplaying his opponents, and he doesn't want to buy back right now because that is the win condition for HYDRA, for the Puck not to have buyback. If there is a big team fight and Puck buys back and comes in, it's most likely gonna be over for HYDRA. You know,
Four-man
he's
smoke,
just
Gambit.
doing so much.
Gambit wants to take the fight. Arcane just spawned as well. Dark Willow will be snatching it for herself. Roche is up in 3 seconds. They're going to walk all the way to the base. They've got Asgold on their sides, but they don't have the control from the Puck, but they do have the Fiend script.
He has a blink as well on the Bane. Oh, he's...
I don't think Ember actually saw that animation, so he doesn't know about it. But the Dire scan into the Roche pit, where they jumped exactly right now. They're going to take themselves this Roche. Gambit's not going to be able to respond to that at all, and this time no steals, no cheese is taken. It's all for HYDRA. Every single bit.
Oh, we're gonna be seeing some rates here, Panda, because rating, he has his acronyms. So when they die for a few more seconds, for 7 seconds, they will be alive, which will actually allow these supports to catch the Puck. That is a big deal. He comes in, he kills them, but if they're not dead immediately, they can throw out their spells and make sure that the Puck goes down. Both the Boundless Strike and the Static Storm are something that Meliul can deal with too well.
And plus 70 attack speed for the LC, 25% movement speed to basically maneuver around anything right now. Asgold plays the bait. Afterlife on the low ground, but the Fiend script's gonna be there, and this time the damage is sufficient. They blow out the Aegis. Phantom in the trees, tries to TP out, but it's gonna get cancelled by the Wraith King. And Dream's gonna be able to take that one as revenge for losing their Aegis. That is something. All hail the King.
And we have 2 rapiers as well. King saw a shiny blade on the TA, and I was like, I want one of those as well. We'll be getting it here. The crits, they are going to be insane. And also, being a Wraith, going around, it's not going to be easy to control him, even when he dies. I guess he loses the rapier, and then he's a Wraith without it. That is an interaction that I'm not familiar with, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that one as well. HYDRA, they still have the cheese. They still have some kind of an advantage from that Roche, but Gambit, just a nice play overall. Force them towards the bottom lane, and they are using this, that they have 2 lanes of Raxus taken.
And now with the rapier on the Wraith King. So he's got that plus 350 damage on top. So add that to that nice crit damage that he's got from Mortal Strike, 270%. And he is right-clicking for about 600-ish damage, almost 550 something. EU mats, I guess. I'm not gonna count the exact numbers because we've got too much on our minds right now. And LC Episode Blade.
Okay, so finally he has a way to break the Lincolns, or a way to catch the Puck if the Lincolns is already broken. Not having that halberd against the Puck with the Lincolns, against the TA, it really did hurt him in this game. But they started falling behind at some point. HYDRA and Blizzy felt like he needed the BKB over the halberd. He's going for a refresher as well. Catching the Puck, it is the name of the game for HYDRA, but without the Aegis there anymore, they are gonna be waiting, which means we will see the tier 5 items. And you and me casting, I think this is the first time.
We actually have ourselves a pretty even game in the course of these first 5 weeks, you could almost say. It's been pretty one-sided shows almost all the time. We could almost see it's either a turnaround or one, but we've seen plenty of turnarounds in this just one game. It's back and forth, and we're looking at current gold right now. So, Harry Freak, I'm going to ask you a quick question before our next fight breaks loose. What's your first item to buy if you were given a Greediest Good 9000?
In this game, or
what's the first item that comes to mind?
Oh, Butterfly.
Yeah, all right. So you buy a Butterfly. I usually just buy a Blink Dagger, and then I'm like, okay, what do I get next? So I'm kind of like always Blink first. You want to have the positioning. But yeah, Butterfly. Remember when Butterfly had an active movement speed?
Yep.
You would love to have it here. Well, you've got the Switch Blink to do it.
these X's on the puck, making sure that the top lane is pushed out, is allowing Gambit to always stay on the bottom lane, and this is where they want to catch people. The creeps, they might not matter much, and HYDRA can push out, but they can still catch people inside of the base. They've shown it on the Ember Spirit. HYDRA, they will be more careful right now, but it might mean that their tier 4 towers will be in jeopardy. When the first one falls, that's when it becomes dangerous. You know, when there's 2 of them, the creeps die relatively fast, but then when there's only 1 of them, they do, the creeps just do so much damage. But still, here are the tier 6 items. I'm kind of hoping for the giant rings. It is the coolest one for me. You kind of have this big guy roaming around the map, just stomping on everyone.
The puck and the conch are the only ones that haven't actually died at the Arms of Dreams, so he still has some bones to collect. Just able to grab them. Now we're kind of just waiting for what are we going to see from our final neutral items. So let's open up the shop. This is HYDRA's perspective. We have Book of the Dead, we have Fallen Sky, Mirror Shield just dropped. For Gambit, oh wait, we do get the Apex being brought up as well. So for Gambit, only 4 Spoots and the Seer Stone. So these 2 items have dropped. They still have plenty of more to go. I want to hear you and your reaction when we've got all 5 items on both ends. Who actually has the better neutrals?
When I see Apex on HYDRA, I already say Gambit, because they have no agility hero. Apex. Oh, they have a Monkey King. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is
a Monkey King. You can still make this into a carry.
Yeah, he does want to go for a Hex. He thought about the Skadi there for a second, and probably Skadi, when you look at the lineup of Gambit, is like the best item. But then you look at this Puck, and he's just killing everyone, so that's why he wants the Hex. No one actually has the guts to fight. Come on, guys, the courage. Find your courage in this one, and make sure that you give us a fight.
Nobody's taking the Force Boots on Gambit's side. They just left it in the base. Nobody wants it. Willow could take it, but you've got Force Staff. Oh, he actually went for the Seer Stone. That's really cool. You've got the reveal.
And the Cursed Crown with such a big cast range is actually insane. Even the Terrorize, but the Cursed Crown is the spell that he is spamming, which... yeah, it's a big circle, and there's going to be a lot of brambles on the ground.
Giant's Ring. Giant's Ring. What a timing. What a time to be alive. Did they send it to base? Yep. No, wait. That's a Leveler on the Courier. Leveler going in for the TA. So wait, who takes the Giant's Ring then? It's in the. That's also in big. Come on, boys. You got to get those tier 5 items. You got to use them. You need to get them into use. Maybe they have better ones in tier 4s. But still, HYDRA coming in with the smoke. They're going to walk into the Dark Willow. And finally, Hill breaks loose as they jump on. They get the A on this pop. And that also means that the duel will be into the cancel. But the Static Storm onto Meliul. And they're turning around. They want to focus down the puck. Can they get Meliul kill within the duration of the Static Storm? Yes, they can. The buyback will come out from the puck if he wants to rejoin this fight. But right now, doesn't look like it. They're going to blow up Dream. And now he buys back. Now the puck's coming back into the fight. You're going to take down Wraith King for the first time. Can they take a second one? Use it as a refresher. And he will be able to respawn. If that's the case. Pantomime doesn't come into the buyback as well, so the Bane will still have a chance to participate, but there's no Fiend Script remaining. There's no Fiend Script remaining. So what was used in that fight is 2 buybacks and the Aegis. And outside of that, only the Wraith King ulti burnt once, but they did get the refresher cooldown. Rapier is still in active use.
Yep, both of the heroes will have their rapiers. The refresher on the Wraith King was used. I think now is the time for Gambit to go in. You can't kill him thrice. You know, oh, actually,
you can. They can kill him thrice, but can you kill him quadruple times? That's the question.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the one that they haven't been able to do. I mean, they've killed him already 3 times.
Yeah.
Now it might just be enough.
Once.
They might be enough now. They smoke up, trying to keep themselves hidden. Wraith King goes in for the blink. He steals the Illusion Room. That's not enough for Gambit to jump in.
I also like that the Wraith King is sporting a Fallen Sky. It is gonna allow him not to be kited around so much. You go in with the Swift Blink, Abyssal Blade, then you jump in with the Fallen Sky, and you might actually be able to bring down a hero. Gambit, if they stay on the back foot right now, when the Roche falls, they're gonna be in so much trouble because Meliul doesn't have a buyback. He's the only core on the map.
5-second Roche. What is with these Roche spawns? We've had a 2-second Roche and now a 5-second spawn. Holy crap.
The gods of Dota want battle. You know, when in the first 10 minutes, we don't get a lot of kills. We had 12 minutes into the game this time around. So they want battle. They want fighting right now. And the first ones to scout it, obviously, are going to be Gambit.
Obviously, this is obviously a game where if you're a viewer and you're saying boring game, you are not entertained because this is really looking into a pretty good game so far. Everything has clicked in. We've had fast Roche. We've got 2 Rapiers. We've seen full-on team wipes. We've seen buildings fall on both ends of the map. Net worth is tied. Kills are tied. 65 minutes in for a battle to potentially have either one of these teams. Well, not necessarily for Gambit. For them, it's a survival battle. But for HYDRA, still brawling for a chance to go to Division 1. They need this win. They really need this win.
For a second there, I thought like Meloyul just shifted the billion orbs from that hill, because they were just flying left and right in the exact same path over and over again. But finally, he does move himself out. HYDRA, they know that they are on. They should be on the aggressive. The puck dies in the next 5 minutes. The game is over.
Muka now has the Sticky and Desolator too, so this Monkey King will provide a lot for this Monkey King. Sorry, for this Wraith King and for the LC to deal more damage. Plus, it also enables this Ember Spirit, who has got full survivability, tankiness, and harassing with this hero. Not the Daedaluses, the right-click build for the Ember Spirit, but he provides by staying alive longer in these team fights. And now trying to scout out for the Monkey King. They have their good old Necro units.
There is a refresher on the Disruptor. If someone gets caught in the Static Storm, he is dead. 14 seconds. They're gonna stay in that for 14 seconds.
That's Monkey King losing his A on this. That was to a Tidebringer from Kunkka. Well, they were just using Necronomicons to clear out any sentries, any Ops wards, any TA traps. Look at these traps placed in here. It's a very colorful, dire jungle. Usually the place which is completely dead in terms of the rainbow colors. Now there's a lot of purple in here. A lot of pink as well.
I have to say, Gambit are doing a good job at delaying this one when they don't have the buyback on the puck. And now, this is why the Bane isn't holding a tier 5 item, is because of the ninja gear. He wants to be sneaky and find the Ember Spirit. I just hope that he remembers the Mirror Shield. That Mirror Shield is something that's keeping Ascold alive right now. He doesn't have a Lincolns of his own, but the tier 5 item will help him. So, Gambit, with their movements onto the bottom lane, they are allowing themselves the time. It has been 4 minutes and 15 seconds. They're halfway there. So the other half, I think HYDRA will be a bit more aggressive right now.
Oh, they found the Disruptor in bottom. Disruptor and this will be pop, but Science keeps on charging forward, providing vision. The Static Storm's not gonna quite land on the spot. At least they've got the Bane inside it. But again, the bones are gonna be coming out. The BKB's already popped, but the Ember Spirit, he's gonna hold himself alive a bit longer, but Pantomime is also being chased around with the Bane. He doesn't get the Nightmare. He's gonna be able to dodge the bonus guy from the Wraith King for Racing. He's still gonna get the kill in the anyway. And the Static Storm again used onto the puck as well. They're going to do a connection as well. Meloyul's gonna be falling, and they're gonna take down the puck. They're going to get 2 quick kills for themselves right there. And HYDRA, they're celebrating, at least with kills. But you guessed it, Gambit have also found something for themselves. And Aegis for the TA, and Ags for the TA, the Cheese for the Willow. What else did they get? A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
The problem is, without the puck, the backline isn't dying. Without the backline dying, I don't see Smiling Knight actually doing that much damage. So this is looking like game over. I think HYDRA are just gonna click on the enemy throne right now.
Pretty big. They do have the TA, but they might have to sacrifice her life at least once, because they need to buy time. They need to build up that damage. Dream is already blinking on top of the high ground with the Fallen Sky. Charge onto the Ember, jumping the back, trying to get some damage in. They've got the Wraith King stunned for the first time, and Dream is dropping very low on HP, and that's going to be his first life gone. Still has the Refresher, doesn't get to use it yet. Might have to pop it soon. Afterlife going to push him away, Wraith King away from all of his friends and buddies right now. He doesn't get to use it. Now he does. He finally gets it off just before he dies. Finally gets himself the second life, and now with no Bane, with no buff, they're still running in trouble. And right now the Static Storm again connected on 2. Afterlife is dropping on the Kunkka. They're also gonna get the kill on the TA. TA does have a secondary life, and she needs to come back as well. With that Aegis popping right now, they're gonna miss the Boundless Strike as well. They do have the LC in trouble. Blizzy with 6 HP. He's able to survive the hits, but finally gets popped down. And what is the thing that actually kills the LC in the end? I don't even know what actually ticked in the end there, but might have been a random torrent, might have been a random crashing wave that just tickled on top. They lose the bot Drax, but they keep the game.
He was a Wraith. He was
before he was a Wraith. Yeah, he had 6 HP. He had 6 HP before he got popped, so might have just died to Tidebringer from Kunkka.
Yeah, we see that the Smiling Knight got the kill, so it's probably gonna be a trap then.
Yeah.
The trap damage probably
Might
brought him
true,
down.
true.
But
Almost
either
made it
way,
out.
with that Aegis stake, Gambit, they still stay in the game. HYDRA, they didn't have what it takes. That was a beautiful static storm on the two cores. One had an Aegis, the other one had a buyback, and Gambit, they are still in this game. There is a DD sitting on the bottom lane. Overall, given that we have the Divine Rapiers, it's not the biggest one, but it's still gotta be so huge if Smiling Knight
happy Friday, everybody. Are you ready to rumble? Because we're in a big of a brawl. Smiling Knight picks up the DD rune as well for the TA. And now Gambit has some heavy firepower in with that. The Rapier with the DD, so that's 350 plus 430 plus 220. I've lost my numbers. 900 damage-ish? More?
It's 600, 950. Oh, when he has that buff, it's even more.
Yep, and building into a second one.
I think it's a backup one. I don't think he uses it. I think you put it in the base, and then when you use you want to have that one plus the buyback, so that if they kill you, you can still have a rapier, because your strength is gonna fall off significantly because of it.
Bane with the wards inside the base.
Do they have a gem on HYDRA? No.
They have the necro units, but they're just out of vision. The necro units don't actually provide vision onto the to the ward, so they don't know about it. Plus, they don't have a gem, as you said. So they don't have any idea about that right now. So that's pretty big for Gambit for the time being. Any piece of information you can bring and get at this point, espionage is important.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking, you know, Sayu. I like the
Storm.
Just a second.
Got the Hex on the Bane. Phantomum's got no way to survive unless he holds himself up for a bit longer, but not going to get the P-Script off at all. Might have to just come back to the outpost of TP. They will take down Smiling Knight. They've killed the TA. TA with the Rapier down on the deck. Who's going to be the one to pick it actually up? Who has it? I don't even know. But right now, onto the LC. Blissey thrown into the air. That's going to be the life lost for the LC, but they still need to keep him controlled because of that Wraith King with the Agonist. But they will get the Wraith King. LC coming back in. Refresher being used as well. They're trying to make the run for it. The feed script from Pantomime on top of the Wraith King. They will look for the first kill, but he still has his ulti available. 60 seconds. HYDRA looking for the wraparound from the side. Looking for the duel is still ready on the LC, but when does HYDRA decide to use it? Puka will use the ulti as a zoning one. Keep them away. Smiling Knight is taking down the Wraith King. Gambit's finally got the Wraith boss down. Monkey King in the middle, keeping that ulti up, keeping Gambit away. Meliel coming in again. The bash comes out from Knight. Tries to get Muka down. Rapiers are still being pinged on the spot. And that's the end of the Monkey King as well. Jim now down on the ground, but who wants it? Who wants to take it? Willow has won, so Gambit's happy with it. Heavy price for HYDRA. Has their buyback still up on 4 heroes. TA pushed away into the front. Smiling Knight needs to be careful. Goes for the X-Mark to get the Rapier, and now being controlled. Hexed up. Blissey tries to find him. Can't find him yet. Gets thrown in again into the battle. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. My audio interface almost caused my entire game to crash, but Smiling Knight is dead. Smiling Knight is dead. HYDRA's holding on. Dark Willow dropping low and falling as well. HYDRA will take it. Sorry, Harry, my audio interface completely crashed down. We've had this before. I need to get a new one. I'm sorry, fellows. I need to get a new one. Our audio has broken. But we're back in the call, so we should be able to hear Mr. Harry as well. But they will look for some more here. What?
You broke Discord. You broke Discord.
Yeah,
Your voice, it just broke Discord. Or was it this game? Either way, the excitement is insane. HYDRA, I have to say, that Disruptor, Static Storm, Zayats, he got 4 of them in it.
Meliel.
Gambit, I don't...
Oh, they got the Lincoln's pop as well, but he needs to get out of there. Muka still chasing. Can't get this one. Can he, though? Desperate chase. Dark Willow also for the buyback. They see that they're coming in the base.
Now is the Wraith King with the DD. Now is the Wraith King with the DD. Now he is the one that has a gazillion damage. This tower, it stands no chance. Look at it.
AoE pressed the attack for the attack speed as well. Look at those buildings fall. That's going to be mega creeps inside Gambit's base. HYDRA might be the one to win this in the end. 74 minutes have been played into the tier 4 towers. They're going to be charging their way towards it as well, with the cliff being forced. That's the first one. Monkey King ulti to keep them up alive. They need the TA. They need 30 seconds. Zions is going to go charging in with a Static Storm. Alone to the puck. They're going to look for another one. He's got a secondary ulti on top of the puck. The puck's going to go to ult as well. They're going to be looking for the kill on it. And the Blizz is going to be taking it. HYDRA. They're doing it. They're doing it. They've done it. And the ancient falls. And it's gonna be HYDRA who takes the game from Gambit. And that, ladies and gents, that's the first one.
Yeah, that is just the first one. And given from this game, we should expect a big fight between these teams. Usually when there's a 1-1, maybe the third game in this tournament has gone bad, but or has been bad for the viewers, maybe not for one of the players that wins. But when there's a game 1 like this, I think that Gambit, they definitely want to play this one. I don't think that they should be demoralized at all. They had a few mistakes, but Melayul, he is 100% on fire right now, and we could be seeing him just with another amazing performance in this one. But I want to talk about Zayats, those Static Storms, that refresher. It is the thing that won them the fights and won them the game in the end.
That was so production-wise, I basically have had this before. If I yell loud enough, my audio interface will crash, causing everything to crash. But at least we didn't have Dota crash entirely. So we still got it back into the game, but it probably reset itself, so you weren't able to hear me on Discord for a second. But still, outside of that, we did get to see a pretty full, pretty wholesome game as well from both teams, because I feel like Gambit and HYDRA, they really showed their best here. Gambit, though, I think if we go all the way back to the early mid-game, like you said, they did not capitalize on their opportunities with that strong early game that they pulled themselves into, that strong mid-game that they had. They had an advantage for themselves. They didn't use it and kind of kept HYDRA in with, could you say, false promise in this case?
Yeah, it is actually not. They okay, they kept themselves in with the false promise. Yep, that might be the right way to put it, considering that Gambit, they had this game multiple times in their grasp, and they just didn't have the guts to move forward. Later on, Melayul, he took it upon himself, but when Smiling Knight needed to pull, when he needed to say, guys, I'm the strongest one on the map, I can rip them apart, they just didn't go forward at that point, and they got punished for it. But even with those mistakes, they still do manage to force out a 75-minute game and almost win it in the end. So it goes to show that HYDRA, they are not that far ahead of Gambit Esports right now. And Gambit, if they draft this way again with just a slight change in their tactics, they do have a chance against HYDRA. They have a good chance against HYDRA, and there is a chance, a big one, that we're going to Game 3 in this series.
Well, hope we do. Right now, it is delivering. Hope you've enjoyed this one, because it's a crazy wild one here with T-Panda and Harry Freak. We shall continue after the break with Gambit versus HYDRA's game number 2.